McCarthy Drilling, Diana Andrews, State Farm Insurance, CNC Farm and Home Supply, Animal Care Clinic, Mid-Missouri Bank, HMI Fireplace, MD Lux, and Grand Missouri Bank. Now let's join Matt and Clay live from Barge's Pizza.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Barge's Pizza, where it's the Coach's Corner here every Wednesday night just south of the Bolivar Square on Main Street. Matt Hennenberg here, along with Coach Robert Clardy, Clay Meyer, and Mr. Sutton Medley. And we're going to talk about last week's ball game and the upcoming ball game. I want to thank all our fine sponsors first. Barge's Pizza, of course, our main sponsor. You can come on down. You can watch this show live. We don't look any better in real life than we do on TV. The camera does put 15 pounds on you, though, doesn't it, Sutton?
Absolutely.
A little bit more.
If not more.
Also, Shelter Insurance, Craig Lehman Agency, Bill Grant Ford, McCarthy Drilling, Deanna Andrews State Farm Insurance, CNC Farm and Home Supply, Animal Care Clinic, Mid-Missouri Bank, HMI Fireplace, MD Lux, and Grand Missouri Bank. And we'll just get started right here. Sutton Medley, Clay Meyer, Coach Robert Clardy, Matt Hennenberg, so you know who we are. Great win, great homecoming for you.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks in a row I've been able to walk in here with a smile on my face of how we played. And there was a lot of good things to take from it, but a lot of things to look back and correct. Like you always try and find things to fix after even after a win. But we started slow and turnovers and just gave them a lot of life throughout the game. And but I was extremely proud of our guys for just keeping the pedal down and not changing our focus. And really, we again came out of halftime. Again, the players responded well to the coaches and our game changes and what we needed to do. They came out and kind of attacked a few things offensively on their first drive, and but we came out and just established the run game and really just put the pedal down there and told the bigs, hey, we're going to trust you guys to go out and win us this football game. And Coach Claybo did a great job there in the second half. Coach Conrad did a great job too. The big plays is what got us, I think, a little bit defensively. But it was a day just kind of filled with emotions for me, but extremely stressful game. And, I'm not going to talk about officiating, but man, there was a lot of things there that had me wondering. But no, I was just extremely proud of our guys by how they came out in the second half and really just found a way to win when we weren't playing well and putting the ball on the ground or two interceptions and still found a way to come out on top. And I told them after the game, sometimes you got to find ways to win when you play ugly, and we played a little ugly at times, and we still found a way to pull that out. So I was extremely proud of how they persevered through that.
It was a 37-35 ball game. We scored, I don't know how much, I can't remember how much time was left. I've kind of had a wild week since then, but late in the game to get it sealed up. But I would echo the fact, Hill fumbled the ball. We were kind of moving, and man, he didn't back down from that. And you fed him the ball. I mentioned that in the broadcast. That really, you could tell you had confidence in him. And man, when you're a freshman, you could easily get down on that. But he came back and ran hard. And you guys were averaging about 6 yards a pop. Well, if you can do that, don't throw. Make sure you make us stop it. So you can stop it. We're going to keep doing it. So.
Cyrus came in there and ran the ball really hard, too, in that second half. It was just a total night and day on the running game between the first and second half. We could see it from the first series of plays. I mean, we were just dominating.
Yeah, and when we watched the film after each series, we're like, man, we're one guy away. This guy right here either pulled the wrong way or just didn't step the right way, or somebody slipped on the offensive line, or our running back slipped. It was one guy each time, and we didn't have the sync. We didn't have all 11 guys doing their job on the same play. So, man, once we got that stuff fixed up in the second half, you just saw those 5-6 yard plays start turning into 12, 15 yard runs, and you started seeing those explosives, not just in the pass game like we saw from Paul in the first half with the 74-yard touchdown reception and the big touchdown on our switch route up top on the first touchdown. So saw those big plays in the pass game, explosives, but finally started to see those in the run game. And when Colt put the ball on the ground, he's a football player. He's coachable. You can coach him up, and that's why we trust him there at the very end of the game. Like, hey, we got to protect the football right here. We need two hands on it because they could just call 3 timeouts. If we kneel it, we got to run the ball and try and get a first down. We trust you guys, either one of those running backs. So, didn't hesitate at all to put him back on the field.
Well, one thing Sutton mentioned then when Cyrus came in, he had some fresh legs, and that was a big boost for your team. And he had some nice long runs as well. That's a nice thing to have, somebody sitting there you're not dropping down. If you need to give Hill a break, or if Cyrus starting, Hill can come in. That is just so nice to have.
And that's an advantage to Cyrus, too, because he looked like a locomotive out there. He was running over people, running through people, and, I mean, he had some steam going.
Defensively, we did pretty good. Had the special teams, we're not going to kick it to number 11 anymore, are we?
Well, we're not supposed to kick it in the middle of the field, though, either. So, that was not part of the game plan.
I mean, that was kind of that return really kind of kept them in the ball game. And I think we were about at a point to maybe break their backs when they get that return. And, man, that was a big momentum changer in the game.
Yeah, we knew going into it how explosive, not just as a returner, but him and 13 are as receivers as well. So those guys can change the game in one play. If they get behind you, I mean, they're probably going to take it to the house. So that was just on our kickoff team. Obviously, that was an emphasis for us this week. One is ball placement, making sure our placement has got to be in the right spot based on our call, because the guys are squeezing to a certain area, and if we miss kick it, it can allow us to get outflanked. But when that does happen, one, we got to communicate. Two, we've got to make sure we shift our focus and make sure we're doing our job and make sure we still have outside contain, because the guy that had outside contain got hooked right there. And so that can't happen, because he's the guy that's supposed to force everything back into his brothers, and he didn't do it. So I hadn't seen that yet, but placement was just an issue there. So once we got that fixed, feel extremely confident in those guys to go out and get it done this week, special teams wise.
Yeah, well, with your special teams, we've noticed from the booth up there, you've run 3 different formations with that kickoff coverage team. And I think it's great. And you explained that last week, how you do that, because some guys get to looking for the number and all this other stuff. On that long return, what I noticed was that we had guy run by the ball. He was going so fast because nobody touched him. And I think I go back to what you said. You know, you kind of hid the numbers. I noticed even when they're lining up, they're standing sideways, so the receiving team can't see their numbers. Yeah. And he just boogied down there, but he was going so fast, and it was just a quick little cut, and he was able to get by him. Yeah. I like it. I mean, special teams is you win a lot of ball games just with special teams right there. Sure. So, but all in all, I mean, this is the first time that we've given up big plays like that.
Yeah. So. And we got to limit those, because when we're getting further into this, West Plains, very explosive football team, Hillcrest, they can hurt you with some athletes, and same thing with Raj. We've seen how explosive they are offensively, and so we're going against some powerhouse offenses here, and we've got to make sure our guys. That's the great thing about like Dorian out there at corner and Evan Mortensen, they've gotten better every single week. And whenever something like that happens, they learn from it. Sure. And even after the win, like I went up to Dorian, I was like, "Hey, great job tonight." He's like, "Man," he's like, "Never again, coach." Like he was disappointed in himself, even though we got the win, because he allowed that to happen. And so, you want to take that hard, and you want to, but he's had a great week, and he's showing up every day with a smile on his face, ready to go to work, and he's going to be better next week because of it.
The big plays. We got big plays this week. That's what I like. Oh, yeah. I mean, we looked, all of a sudden, we went from averaging 6-7 yards on pass plays. Yep. We jumped up to 18 yards this past week on a game. 31-yard pass play for a touchdown and everything. Eyes getting downfield a little bit more. Routes are being a little bit more crisp. I mean, your receiver reads the route and the quarterback is reading the route, and hopefully the ball meets at the same spot, 20, 25 yards down the field right there. I think all in all, that was a good thing. The big plays, the turnovers, we had 3, they had 2, I think. Is that right? What I have still know, when we did a better job this week, with the exception of letting the long kickoff, but they scored points. They didn't score points every time they got a turnover from us, and we did. So I think that's a plus.
Yeah. And I think, too, the pass game, those explosive plays happen because we have success running the football. And against Branson and Harrisonville, we really struggled running the football, and it showed in our passing game, because now they can just sell out on trying to stop that. And now Parkview, we had more success running the football. Second half of Branson's where it really kind of started, when we kind of got Colts or got Colt in there. We got Cyrus some rest, and then kind of came back with the two-headed monster for those last 2 weeks. And just having success running the football allows you to take those, because that yards per attempt, yards per completion is great, but yards per attempt, putting the ball down the field when given an opportunity, we got to capitalize on those. And we did that this week with some explosive plays, which we have not seen, not just in the pass game, but in the run game as well. And we're close on a couple of those. If a wide receiver, like the first thing I talked to him about on Monday was, hey, be the reason somebody scores. You guys have heard me say that. But a couple of those he busted for a 12-yard run where it could have easily been a 70-yard touchdown. And if one guy took one play off, and that was his one play, and that was the one that mattered. So we just got to make sure we're always locked in, always doing our job down the field.
The downfield blocking.
Yep. Did you work with Viles any on tackling?
Oh my gosh! So he came up to me in weights class. He was like, "Man, I got to work on tackling." And so I actually drew up on the board the angles of tackling, and for him, because like I'm not expecting him to go beat somebody in a hole and try and light somebody up, and I know Coach Ingold wouldn't want me teaching him that either. So I want that to stay safe. But I talked about, hey, you have an extra tackler. He's called the sideline. You need to make sure we're working at an angle and work that guy out of bounds. So he knows it. He's like, hey, I need to be better at that. So
I love that guy's attitude. Love it.
Hopefully we never run into that again. But if we do, he's mentally prepared now and understands the sideline is his friend.
That's good. That's good.
All in all, like I said, got the win. Excuse me, pretty good game. Again, the effort. Your effort's been good all year. Penalties we cut down a little bit on, I think. I mean, you're playing pretty disciplined ball. And
they are.
It seems like maybe we're starting to gel at the right time.
Yeah, and we're still trying to manage the substitutions. It's still like Colt, I can't remember how many carries he had, 34, 39 carries.
Yeah, 39.
Like 39 carries. That's a lot for a guy that's playing every snap on defense. So Cyrus, I don't remember how many he had, 11 maybe, something like that. Yep. So we can balance that a little bit closer, get 6 plays off the field for Colt, 6 more plays for Cyrus since he's doing a great job now, feeling healthy, and then just continue to rotate guys more and more as we can. So we're still trying to find the best ways to do that. And after the game, once we get into a groove and once guys get hot, we keep trying to give them the ball and stay with the hot hands. But we've got to be smart and keep those bodies fresh, which I think we did at several positions defensively, and it kind of helped us out there in the fourth quarter, really finish strong. So that's something, too, we're just continuing to harp on as a coaching staff. Hey, we got to be smart with the substitutions.
Well, you talked about healthy. Any injuries in this game that are going to affect us for next week?
No, I think this week we're sitting pretty good. We're still working on getting some guys back that have been out. But no, those guys, the great thing about those guys is they're always working to try and get back. Like the guy, or somebody that's a corner that's been injured, he's still out there trying to get on the field, and I got to tell him to scale it back. Like, hey, let's be smart about this. So guys are still working hard. But the great thing about, too, is subbing those guys out and keeping them fresh is that it lowers their risk of injury. So recovery is extremely important. Those guys are getting ice baths probably right now, just coming off the field, jumping in the ice buckets. So they're trying to recover as much as possible and just making sure that they're fresh as they can be going into the next day, especially as hot as it is right now.
Yeah, this is not 1st of October weather.
No, it is not.
I think that this is the first game all season we've had over 500 yards total offense. Yeah. We had 350 or so rushing, and then another 187 passing the ball. Held Marshfield to 300, or just slightly right at the average that we've been handling defense all year. So, I mean, that's got to be a plus right there.
It is.
You give us the turnover battle too. You know, I mean, they beat us in the turnovers, but I mean, we was able to score points on the turnovers that we took from them, and they didn't score on us. So that's probably the big difference, man. If we win that battle every game, man, great things can happen for us right now. Clicking great offensively and defense. You got the same guys every week. They're just double-digit tackles, and McCurry still leading the team with he's got a total of 60 now, and Colt Hill right behind him at 45. Then there's like 4 or 5 guys that are in that upper 20 to 30. So it's an equal distribution right there.
Yeah.
So
this was a big plays, momentum change game, and that's what kind of got us with that. When we go up 14-0, that kickoff return for touchdown kind of shifted momentum, and then we kind of get going again, and then a big touchdown over the top for a long fade for a touchdown. So just huge momentum, especially at home on the road. Those are big momentum shifts for the away team. So we've got to eliminate those big plays, because the game could have been completely different if we eliminate those.
I like the fact that we lost the lead late and nobody panicked.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody got shook. We've been there. We've done that. We just took care of business.
That was the most calm I've ever seen a sideline after they scored. We're like, offensive line came over to get a drink, and they're like, we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
I told people, several people all week long, people were like, man, that was an awesome game. And I was like, and they said they didn't panic at the end. Well, we was in the ball game with up to 1 second to go with the first game of the season. We was in the ball game inside 5 seconds in the second game of the season. We've been there. We've been able to do that. And they learned from that, and they benefited this game.
Yep.
Well, we're going to send it back to the studio for some advertising. We'll be right back to talk about the upcoming homecoming game against West Plains. You're watching the Coach's Corner on MoSportsZone.com, listening on Your Country 99.
Is anything better than a hot, cheesy slice of pizza fresh out of the oven? Barge's Pizza in Bolivar believes great pizza is meant to be shared. Grabbing lunch with coworkers, feeding the whole family, or surprising a neighbor just because. There's one golden rule. Be nice. Share a slice. Bubbling pepperoni to fresh margarita with mozzarella, basil, and vine-ripened tomatoes. Every bite's made with love and meant to be shared. Make someone's day delicious. In Bolivar, south of the square on Main Street. Barge's Pizza.
At Animal Care Clinic, they're not just another veterinary clinic. They're your pet's best friend. Their team, led by Doctors Levin and Lindsay Roten, offer top-notch care for all animals, big and small, from intensive care and checkups to pet supplies and grooming. They've got it covered. Keep your furry friend healthy and happy. Schedule an appointment today at animalcarebolivar.com. That's animalcarebolivar.com. Animal Care Clinic. Their name says it all.
Mr. Google wants you to think you can fix your car on the internet. If you can just figure out what's wrong without talking to those greedy dealers, you'll save lots of money. At Bill Grant Ford, our appointment book fills every week with people who started on Google. And you might be surprised to know the labor rate in our shop is not the highest in town. What we can do for you is bring experience and training to a world filled with internet noise. We encourage you to be informed when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. And when your vehicle starts asking for help, see why it's better in Bolivar at Bill Grant Ford.
Let's face it, renter's insurance isn't top of mind until, well, it's top of mind. That's why it can be important as a renter to make sure you have the coverage you need at a price you can afford, because you've worked hard for your stuff, right? Your local State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right renter's insurance that best fits your needs without the headache. Let's start helping protect your stuff with renter's insurance from State Farm today.
Diana Andrews, 326-2636.
Welcome back to Barge's Pizza, just south of the Bolivar Square. It's the Coach's Corner. We're here. We just discussed the great victory over Marshfield. Now we're going to talk about the upcoming homecoming game against West Plains, and we'll get this out of the way. Is it a big distraction to the kids? When you're 17, everything's a distraction. What are you talking about?
It's more of a distraction than high school than I've ever seen.
That's a truth. That is a truth.
So, as you can believe, the word of the week was focus for us. On the first word on the PowerPoint was focus. And last week it was control what you can control, because we could barely get on the field and practice because of all the rain.
Right.
This week it's focus, just because of the distractions that come along with it. And we put too much work in to let those distractions kind of veer us off of our goal. So, yeah.
Zizzers come in. They had a nice win last week against Logan Rogersville in a back-and-forth game. The updates don't come as quickly, but we had them like 4 points down until our game was almost over. Then they wound up winning 55-41. But that's a Logan Rogersville team that was pretty good, and I don't think it lost a game, had they?
Well, Log Rock is undefeated.
Until West Plains beat them, Yep.
So, and that game was Log Rock. I mean, how explosive they are offensively, and then West Plains just did not quit. They just kept fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting, and they found themselves down there at the end of the third quarter. I believe Rogersville scored, had a touchdown rush, and then West Plains rattled off 4 straight touchdowns in the fourth quarter and unanswered touchdowns. So that's what helped them get the victory there. And they just capitalized. They did not quit. They played with they never stopped with energy on the sidelines or anything like that. They just kept the pedal down, and they had a couple injuries, big injuries that could really kill the momentum and really get the guys thinking on the sideline. They had to bring the stretcher out for one of them.
Wow.
So it could really kind of mess with the team mentally. But, man, the coaching staff over there did a great job. It just kind of shows you how they can handle adversity, and they didn't quit. And so coach did a great job with them, and they kept it down. Running back made a couple big plays, and they finished in the red zone. They finished inside the 5-yard line. They can do a lot of different things to get you, especially scoring 55 points in a game. You know, they can light up the scoreboard.
Have they changed their offense any from the last few years?
Right now they are. I don't know necessarily what all they've done in the past. Right now they are very multiple. They'll spread you out. They'll go 4 and 5 wide. They'll even go quads and cinco on one side of the field just to get defenses to have to work on stuff. But they're very efficient at it. Their quarterback makes great decisions. They'll line up in different formations. They'll shift their running back and somebody else back in the box, and then they'll run counter away. And so they just do a really good job of making defenses adjust, use their eyes, communicate well. Yeah, we got our hands full. That's number 24 runs the ball really hard. He's a really good running back, and they've got some receivers that can attack downfield. Probably going to be without one of them, but the rest of those guys, regardless whether he's there or not, they've got some guys that can go. And so defensively going to have our hands full for sure.
One thing, that is what they did before. They would even kind of line up in a type of flex bone at times. They'd have 4 or 5.
They still do that.
They were just, like I said, they're all over.
Yep.
The one tendency that I have discovered about West Plains, especially when you're playing at West Plains,
don't let them know that right now. I mean,
they always, if they're running, they'll run to their sideline.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Isn't that right? We would start statting it because, and then we actually had
run our sideline all week.
Had a coach from who knew them and said he thought he could work the officials better.
Yeah, that's true.
That side of the
They won't call
holding over here on that. So that's just one of the tendencies that we noticed. And I don't know, I think we played them probably 7 times now, and they are usually slobber knocker games. I mean, they're usually a very physical team too. Yep. The good news is we don't have to drive down there; they've got to drive up here.
Yeah,
it has become a big rival. I mean, there's been some heated contests here in the last few years.
Yeah, a really heated contest.
Extreme,
and they've had some big kids. They had a tackle a year ago that was just gigantic, and I think he got some T1 offers. But usually, like I said, it's a very physical game. Offensively, they do same thing that you said. They're all over, and it's kind of hard to read that. So
this will be some of the biggest defensive linemen we face this year. They've got some 6'3", 300-plus guys on the defensive line. So be some bigger body types that we've got to move, which I have 100% confidence in our offensive linemen. But it'll just be a different body type than what we've been facing. So we've faced some really good linebackers, too, this season. And dating all the way back to Osage, they had one of the best linebackers we'll probably face all year. And that Marshfield linebacker last week, number 54 or whatever number he was all over the place making plays. So, defensively, they've got they've got some guys playing both sides of the ball that can get after you with just athleticism. So we just got to play our game. Can't turn the ball over. Obviously, it's a big emphasis for us this week. Just control the football, focus. Don't let the distractions of homecoming week make us lose focus on what we're trying to get accomplished. So, but we got to play our game and try and keep their defense, their offense off the field, and just take what the defense gives us, move the chains down the field, and we got to finish inside the red zone. We got to finish inside the 5, and we did not do that twice last weekend or last Friday, and that really hurt us. And we got to come away with points there every time we get down that close.
Special teams, I know you're coaching them here. What about them? Do they have a kicker?
They've got a really good kicker. This will probably be the best kicker we've faced. He's a lefty. He can put the ball. He had 3 touchbacks in the last game alone versus Rogersville. So, I mean, he can take advantage of it. If he gets an opportunity to get a touchback, he's going to. So if there's any wind at all, which we haven't had a whole lot of wind on a Friday night yet, it's been the officials always ask which way you want to kick. I'm like, it doesn't matter, I guess. Just roll it out there. Let's go. So, but, yeah, it's he can change the game with that. And then punt-wise, they do some different things. They'll shift out of their tight punt, and they'll line up, and they'll run fakes. They've run several fakes this year on punt. So if a defense gives them something, they're going to take advantage of it. So they're very well coached in special teams as well. So we got to make sure from a kicking game standpoint that our guys are locked in. We've had really good last 2 days of practice in special teams, and get to watch all that again tomorrow in a film session, and then go out there and execute it in our NASCAR practice, and really feel good about where we're at there in special teams.
Oh, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good. I'm looking forward to this Friday. I mean, homecoming is always a special week, and like I said, it is hard to keep the minds of a 17-year-old focused on the ball game. But I think after watching the first 5 games, I think you've done a pretty good job of keeping these kids focused. And I think this past Friday night was a prime example of that. Like you said, they go up with just 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game, and they would laser focus. They knew what they had to do. Yeah. They've done it before. Now they did it again. So I'm perfectly excited about where they're going to be at.
And I've told you guys this before. I think a lot of that has to do with just our seniors. Those
good
guys,
leadership.
Those guys, and they've heard they've been doing it for years. But that group, like we've said, there's no Gardner Casey in that group that's just going to blow you away with offensive and defensive ability. But there's just a bunch of blue-collar kids that want to work hard, and they're tough, and they love each other, and they want to play hard for each other, and they never quit. And it shows when they work out in the weight room. It shows when they walk the halls. They're always together. Just that brotherhood, that closeness that they have, it shows whenever we get in those moments of adversity on the field. And as we get down into this crunch time of the season, that's what you got to lean on that as well. But keeping those guys focused and understanding the task at hand. And tomorrow night we'll be able to hear that from them, because every Thursday night we have our Mama Raiders meal at BIS, and those seniors get an opportunity to stand up and talk and kind of share what their thought is on the week and the opponent and kind of how we go into it, but kind of just reiterate everything that we've been saying as coaches. And we really lean on those guys whenever we get in those moments of adversity there late in the game.
And it's always good to have a chance to beat a Zizzer.
Always good. Always good.
Always.
We've been mistreated down there a time or two. Not only the team, but us personally. We're not real fond of West Plains.
Last time we was down there, we were doing the post game, and they just shut the power off on us. I mean, just killed it there, and because we'd won the ball game, they killed our power.
They just shut us down. So, well, we're going to send it back to the studio. We'll come back after the break and talk about what happened in the conference last week. You're watching the Coach's Corner live from Barges on MoSportsZone.com, listening on Your Country 99.
Has your local bank stopped feeling local? Hello, this is Matt Hennenberg with Grand Missouri Bank. At Grand Missouri Bank, we are proud to be the only locally chartered bank in Bolivar, with the local owners and decisions made right here at 1630 South Killingsworth. You'll always work with our friendly, experienced team. From offering personalized financial services to building lasting relationships, whether you're borrowing or depositing, we're here for you. Come see us at Grand Missouri Bank, Bolivar's true community bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
HMI Fireplace is here to serve your community and promote local youth sports programs. It's in HMI's history to keep your home safe and to be on the ball when winter strikes. Come into HMI Fireplace and let them write up the best defense for Old Man Winter today. Look them up online at HMIFireplaceShop.com or give them a call.
No one warns you like HMI.
Drilling, the action of making a hole in something by boring with a drill. Sounds simple, right? Well, it's not, especially when it comes to water wells, geothermal drilling, and environmental monitoring. With over 20 years experience, Jeremy McCarthy and his crews at McCarthy Drilling will have your project completed efficiently and effectively using state-of-the-art drill rigs. Don't leave your drilling to just anyone. Contact the experts at McCarthy Drilling in Halfway. McCarthy Drilling done right. Bold transformations start at MD Lux Aesthetics and Med Spa in Bolivar. Lose weight with personalized solutions. Balance your body with expert hormone therapy. Revitalize your skin with powerful laser treatments. And refresh your look with precision injections. Every journey begins with a $50 consultation credited towards your service.
I mean, you talk about our conference, going in, we already talked about the Log Rog and West Plains game, and West Plains winds up winning it by 2 touchdowns. Log Rog had not been beaten. They were at home. That was kind of a little bit surprising.
Yeah.
And then the shocker of all shockers was Parkview beating Branson.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of that film?
Cool. Yeah, a little bit of it. And after the game, we're standing out on the field celebrating, and Colt Blair comes up, shakes my hand, gives me a hug, and tells me congrats on the win. We talk about it for a second, and he just shows me his phone. I was like, what? I was like, yeah. That's what we were doing too. And it was surprising, but it wasn't. And I think if they had a game plan to put their athletes out there on an island and cover man-to-man versus their receivers, and then just have everybody else sell out on the run. And then in big games like that, Parkview needs to capitalize on opportunities and play a disciplined game. And we'd mentioned that in our game versus them and previous weeks. They just had some penalties that just killed their drives or turnovers that killed a drive when they were moving down the field. And, whenever they put it all together, they play really good football. And
that's kind of been their MO, too, is they have that problem. And they did get their starting quarterback back. He was out with concussion when we played him. But we were kind of shocked. And there were more around the Ozarks besides that. Then also, got to get my sheet back out here. Got it buried underneath here. Of course, Bolivar, we already talked about. Carl Junction and Hillcrest. No surprise there. Carl Junction runs away with that 49-26. But there again, Hillcrest has some of those athletes too. If it works right, it'd be pretty good. But and a little bit of a change up next week. Parkview was supposed to go to Hayti, and Hayti has forfeited that game, so they'll be an off. And I didn't realize until today that Parkview will not play Carl Junction in a regular season game. They're not scheduled, and I don't know why. So they won't play until 2 weeks from now against Mount Vernon. But those two teams in our conference will not face each other. Is there a reason?
I don't know.
It's got to be a new conference scheduling problem.
Yeah, it has to be.
Probably with things that were already in place.
Just a little interesting. So the big one was there, but there were several around the rest of the Ozarks that we were like, holy cow, this is a crazy week. And then kind of carried into the college day.
It certainly did.
Too.
So there 3 or 4 top 10 guys that got knocked
off. Yeah. So, all right, Coach. Well, that is going to wrap up our deal with Coach. We're going to have Alicia Wollard, the BHS softball coach, join us in just a minute. Coach Clardy, we appreciate you coming in here. Thank you and good luck. I'm going to be on assignment in Fort Worth.
Yes,
so I'll be watching on my telephone, but I might be at Billy Bob's. I don't know. Texas Steakhouse, not Texas Roadhouse. It's a different deal. So best of luck and enjoy the game, and let's get a victory.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to send it right back to the studio real quick. We'll be back with head softball coach Alicia Wollard.
Mid-Missouri Bank has crossed another huge benchmark. They've paid their Mid-Mo customers more than $8 million in Casasa rewards. Join Mid-Mo in the race to $10 million. Get in on your share of the earnings today. Whether it's cash back on debit card swipes or a high interest rate on checking and savings account balances, Mid-Mo Bank pays you for the spending activity you're probably already doing. You deserve more for your money. How does more money sound? Open an account in minutes at openaccounts.midmobank.com. Mid-Missouri Bank. Member FDIC.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Ask Craig Lehman about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
At Animal Care Clinic, they're not just another veterinary clinic. They're your pet's best friend. Their team, led by Doctors Levin and Lindsay Roten, offer top-notch care for all animals, big and small. From intensive care and checkups to pet supplies and grooming, they've got it covered. Keep your furry friend healthy and happy. Schedule an appointment today at animalcarebolivar.com. That's animalcarebolivar.com. Animal Care Clinic. Their name says it all.
Mr. Google wants you to think you can fix your car on the internet. If you can just figure out what's wrong without talking to those greedy dealers, you'll save lots of money. At Bill Grant Ford, our appointment book fills every week with people who started on Google. And you might be surprised to know the labor rate in our shop is not the highest in town. What we can do for you is bring experience and training to a world filled with internet noise. We encourage you to be informed when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. And when your vehicle starts asking for help, see why it's better in Bolivar at Bill Grant Ford.
Welcome back to Barge's Pizza here just south of the Bolivar Square. It's the Coach's Corner, and we are joined now by head BHS softball coach Alicia Wollard. First of all, sorry, it's hard for me to call you, not call you Mercer. So if I mess it up,
I understand.
I'll get it wrong,
I understand. We've known her for years at that, so it changed.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the girls softball team this year, where you're at, your record, and what's going on.
Well, this year we started off really strong. We were really encouraged by our appearance at our jamboree. And then we ended up having some major injuries. And so we had some kids out, some crucial players. And so we've kind of fought through that, and we're still trying to find the perfect footing. So right now we're kind of in that a little bit of a slump, as people would call it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're trying to, we actually got a girl released. And so she is working her way back in. And I think, people get all anxious and nervous, and everybody gets all excited. But, for us right now, we're just trying to figure out the pieces. And once we put them back together, I think we're going to be okay.
Okay. Outstanding. How many games do you all play? Do you play once a week, twice a week?
Actually, these last 2 weeks, we play every day except one day.
So you're 4 or 5 games.
Busy.
There's not been many rainouts
I
here.
start saying you haven't had to fight the rain out.
No, I think we've only actually had one.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
Yes.
You can go to a tournament, Clay, and you can play 5 games in 24 hours.
Okay.
And we will this Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. So Bolivar was in the Mooresville tournament, I believe.
Yes.
And I think did pretty well down there, because I remember reporting that during one of the football game broadcasts. But so how does that work? I mean, you've got a first baseman, second guy. How many pitchers do you have? Do you have limits on how long people can pitch, or
well, it's kind of different for girls than it is for guys because of the natural motion. But no, you can pitch as many games or go as long as basically your body is physically able to go.
There's many pitches. There's no pitch
Yes,
count.
correct.
You can throw all day long.
Well,
and some do.
Yes.
A buddy of mine has a granddaughter that is a pitcher. He lives he's in Georgia this time of the year, but he gives me updates all the time on how his granddaughter's doing. And it sounds great, but I'm like, man, how often does she pitch? Because about every 2 days, he's like, yeah, she pitched again. This weekend we went down, she pitched 3 or 4 of the games. So I was like, holy smoke.
Yes.
So that's just kind of a wide open deal.
It is. Right now I have senior Michaela Methvin, and she is a pitcher. And then I have a sophomore, Sydney Woolhoy, who is a pitcher as well. Nova Hendrickson is a junior, and she can do it, and she's actually very good at it. It's just not her first love.
I see.
Yeah, in that game, pitching is everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pitching and defense. If you've got a good pitcher, you can go a long ways, and they can pitch. I mean, I actually coached in college. I watched a girl pitch 7 games in a row in 2 days.
Yeah, that just wore me out. You just said that. Oh, man. So how many seniors you have on the team?
5.
5 seniors?
Yes.
And I haven't been over to watch a ball game. I have kind of tried to keep track. I know that there's one that Carly Cribbs was named the female athlete of the week here about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
Isn't that correct? Something like that. Is she playing second or shortstop? Shortstop. I think the last I did go see a couple games about, I guess would have been her sophomore year. Her older sister was there, and I think she was playing second base at that time. But that's about the only one I know. Did you name 2 pitchers? Who's the other ones? The other 2?
Seniors?
Yeah, the seniors.
I have Ava Smith.
Okay.
Peyton Coram.
All right.
Carly Cribbs. Michaela Methvin. Oh, help me out.
Uh-oh.
I can't tell you.
Don't have the roster.
Oh, great. Oh, great. So now I'm going to get in trouble.
Well, while you're thinking of that, the other really important person in your lineup would be the catcher.
Aubrey Funk.
Very good.
There you go.
Thank you.
The other important person, most important person, will be your catcher. If you have a good pitcher, you've got to have a good catcher.
Yes.
And catching fast pitch softball is not easy.
It is not.
And you can pitch more than you can catch in a day, I can tell you right now from experience. It's being squatted back there and getting rise ball and drop ball after drop ball, foul ball after this is tough.
Yes.
And we play when it's hot.
That is probably the biggest challenge. And Brooklyn Hamilton, a junior for me, is our catcher.
Okay.
And I mean, she is a tough cookie.
Workhorse.
They usually
she is
are.
A workhorse. Yes. She actually is someone who got hurt at the Branson tournament, and you could just tell like the deflation. I mean, when you have a catcher who like is kind of in demand of the game, and you rely on her voice and her presence and things like that, and you could. I mean, it was a big deal.
I can imagine.
But she's back. She's healthy. But yeah, she is an intricate part of our team.
So you got second in the Morrisville tournament, is that correct?
Yes.
And how'd you do in the Branson tournament?
We did not do well.
Okay. How many other tournaments? We have a conference tournament?
We actually, it's an interesting thing. We actually play our conference tournament in that first week of the season.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of your standings are based on last year, and then you go and you play. Wow. So it's a little unsettling because I think that you kind of need the season, play each other, and then kind of, get your seat. But, it's just one of those things where we just, with the injuries, we were plugging people in, and we just didn't plug in the right places.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Any other tournaments?
Actually, we will go to the Springfield Invitational this Friday and Saturday.
Okay. And is that, how many teams are in that?
I'm not really for sure how many teams. I know we got a pretty big pull there. We play Republic. I think it may be South Hill or something along those lines. We'll play Wollard. I mean, we've got some really good competition that we're seeing. Like the Branson tournament we played prior, and quite a few ranked teams in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, I mean, sometimes the girls don't recognize that, it may not be the win, but it's the experience and it's the competition that you're seeing that can also put you in a good spot when it comes to districts.
Right.
Will that be played at one site or several different sites, the Springfield tournament?
What do you mean?
Will it be at one diamond?
Yeah, I think it's starts with an M.
Matter Park.
Okay,
yes.
down by the battlefield. Yeah.
Yes.
So when is district then?
Districts is October 15th, I think it starts.
Okay.
We have our seed meeting on Monday, which is also senior night at home. We
Out here.
play Glendale.
This coming Monday.
So you'll need to go next month.
All right.
Yes. So
I did this last time for the soccer coach, and I'll tell you what, he changed the game from Tuesday to Monday on me.
well, I don't have anywhere to change it to because we're playing every day. So
All right. That works then. I was going to ask you one more question on, okay, who is Who is the team that we do not lose to? The ones that we want to beat the most? Who is it?
Oh, that might be a long list, actually.
All of them.
Well, I know, but we don't lose to Marshfield in football.
Well, because we played Marshfield for districts last year and beat them. There's a little rival there.
They got to be up there pretty high.
That's the big rival then.
Because you win and you kind of put a stamp on yourself and it becomes pretty competitive.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the games that I like to watch.
Yes.
That's the bragging rights game.
Yes.
So.
Well, and you mentioned Wollard and Republic. For those who don't know, those are two programs that are always very good. Top notch, and those will be tough games for you guys to play. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
So that'll be a tough tournament down there. And I don't know the other school you mentioned. Where are they out of?
I'm not really for sure. There's a couple other teams that aren't from the area that I know of. But looking up their records and things like that, we're going to have to compete. Yeah,
so they're coming in every tournament. You're not seeing the same people. You're seeing new folks.
Correct.
Outstanding. Good.
Which is what you want.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It doesn't do you any good to play a team 5 times during the season.
Right.
So
who all's in your district?
In our district, oh gosh, I know Camdenton, Wollard, us, Hillcrest, Lebanon,
Marshfield, Log Rog.
I don't know that they're in that.
That'd be 6, 7 counting us, right?
Yeah, there's usually 7 or 8, depending.
Maybe
on
West Plains. Obviously, I did not come prepared.
Possibly.
That wasn't that tough of you. Come on.
You're not really focusing on that now. You're focusing on this weekend.
Yes,
so that's
where it should be.
Yeah.
You focus, Coach Clardy was telling us this week's about focus.
It is.
Focus on what's going on now, not the distractions.
Well, while he's looking that up, let me ask you this. So, hitting the ball, offensively, or what do we usually hit? Is it 5-6 runs a game? Do we go that way, or
that'd be a lot of runs?
I haven't been, so I'm not sure.
Well, like the other night when we played Mooresville, we got 11 runs.
Boom.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
When we played Carl Junction, we had 7.
Okay.
Or 6 runs.
So the bats are there.
Yes.
Cool.
And it's one of those things where we have the talent. That is what I want people to understand is, we've got defensively, our outfield is solid. Our infield is solid. When we have, the batting lineup, when I look at it and I look at our percentages of our batting averages, we have it. It's just we got to put it together.
Get it all, everybody playing at the same time.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I understand that.
So I'm pulling this up. In your district, it will be at Marshfield.
Correct.
And it doesn't show the teams. Well, that's really nice of me. You should do that for me. Oh, maybe if I click on that. Nope, doesn't show. So, all right. Well, anything else you'd like to add?
No. I thank you for letting me come. And
what's your schedule? Now you play
this
before the weekend. Do you play before the weekend?
Tomorrow we are actually headed to Rogersville.
Okay.
Logan Rogersville.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll have the weekend tournament.
Tournament, and then we turn around for another big week.
Another
right before
full week
districts.
after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time's that game start Monday?
Okay.
4:30.
4:30.
Yes.
Clay, if you've never seen it, you'd like it. It's one of the most fun games, don't you think, Sutton?
45 minutes. If you've got 2 good pitchers, 45 minutes, it's over.
It's bang, and
it's been a couple of years since I've been over to see one of the girls softball team play. So, I need to get over. I like to support them all. So,
well, good luck to you the rest of the season. Bring home a district championship, and
awesome.
We will try.
That's what we're looking for. We're going to send it back to the studio. We'll be right back with our picks of the week. This is a Coach's Corner live from Barges on South Main Street here in Bolivar. You're watching it on MoSportsZone.com, listening on Your Country 99.
Hey gang, wherever you are, CNC Farm and Home in Bolivar and Lebanon has you covered. Complete clothing department for both men and women. Their hardware, electrical, and plumbing departments have what you need to get that job done right. For the farm, CNC has fencing supplies from pipe gates, barbed wire, and animal health supplies. And for our furry friends, CNC has toys, both cat and dog food, and of course, dog houses. You can depend on the Colemans at CNC Farm and Home in Bolivar and Lebanon.
Hey, this is Paul at CNC Farm and Home Supply. If you have the questions, we have the answer.
Let's face it, renter's insurance isn't top of mind until, well, it's top of mind. That's why it can be important as a renter to make sure you have the coverage you need at a price you can afford, because you've worked hard for your stuff, right? Your local State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right renter's insurance that best fits your needs without the headache. Let's start helping protect your stuff with renter's insurance from State Farm today.
Diana Andrews, 326-2636.
Has your local bank stopped feeling local? Hello, this is Matt Hennenberg with Grand Missouri Bank. At Grand Missouri Bank, we are proud to be the only locally chartered bank in Bolivar, with the local owners and decisions made right here at 1630 South Killingsworth. You'll always work with our friendly, experienced team. From offering personalized financial services to building lasting relationships, whether you're borrowing or depositing, we're here for you. Come see us at Grand Missouri Bank, Bolivar's true community bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
HMI Fireplace is here to serve your community and promote local youth sports programs. It's in HMI's history to keep your home safe and to be on the ball when winter strikes. Come into HMI Fireplace and let them write up the best defense for Old Man Winter today. Look them up online at HMIFireplaceShop.com or give them a call.
No one warns you like
Welcome back to Barge's Pizza, just south of the Bolivar Square. It's the Coach's Corner, and it's our time, first of all, to talk about some of this great food. What do we got here, Mike?
Here we got one of our appetizers. We've got cheesy garlic bread. Okay,
Good,
comes with the side of marinara.
Some kind of good.
Then we've got our pasta Alfredo with some chicken. Okay, and then we've got our spaghetti with marinara and some meatballs. Okay, two of our baked pastas.
Well, that looks really good.
It smells really good.
So I can eat it.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, week 5 in Sutton, I pulled it up. We're going to have to check.
Okay.
We'll see. We got a discrepancy in the scorecard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll look.
Last week, we all picked the Liberators. Of course, they won at 37-35, so good job there across the board. And then CJ and Hillcrest, we all picked CJ. 49-26, they defeated Hillcrest. And I got to apologize to our listeners and watchers, viewers. I thought Parkview was in our conference. They're not. We all play them.
They want to be in our conference and tried to get in our conference, but they didn't. For some reason, they're not there. They think they will be there eventually.
Well, they're playing everybody in our conference except for CJ.
Yep.
So my bad there. I for some reason I thought they were in there.
Well, we've just not.
It's new. We
made
changed
it
it.
6 different conferences. It feels like.
All right, and then the big one, West Plains and Log Rog. Suddy, he picked West Plains, the Zizzers. Clay and Mike, you went with Log Rog. I picked the Zizzers, so we took a jump there on y'all. And the one that we all lost, the shocker of shockers.
The shocker of shockers.
Parkview 18, Branson 13.
I saw that. I thought
if they played the game tonight, I would have to still pick Branson.
Oh,
I would have to pick
100 times in a row.
Yeah.
That was a wild one. We all picked MU over UMass. No brainer there. Now, here's where the discrepancy comes. Suddy said he picked S&T. Do you remember, Mike? We're going to watch it. I got it pulled up on video. We're going to watch it because I had written down that you picked SBU. I was all picking SBU.
I don't remember.
He did go S&T because he was the only one that went S&T.
So okay. I know I didn't, but
yeah. So we're going to move Sutton.
That must have been a pretty good game. I wish I could have seen that.
It was.
You did. I do remember that.
I watched the last 3 minutes of it, and there was a lot going on. I'm telling you, a lot going on.
So Suddy goes 5-1 last week. These two guys 3-3. I go 4-2. Sutton's going to move to 22-8, and he is out front, guys, for this cheeseburger. Clay's 21-9. Mike, you're 20-10, and I'm getting there. 18
You're getting there.
12,
You're getting there.
12. So
he's coming back.
It's coming around. So,
it is.
we will talk about this upcoming games. Of course, West Plains at Bolivar, it's homecoming. The Zizzers and the Liberators have been two unique mascot names and some very good rivalry times there and some very physical games.
Very much so.
What do you think there, Suddy? Who are you picking?
I'm going to go with Bolivar. I want Bolivar to beat them so bad I can taste it. I can taste it.
Well, I'm going to go with Bolivar also. I'm going to tell you, I really feel like that game this past weekend is going to be a catalyst for the Liberators. We figured a couple things out, and we could very easily have another 2 wins right now. If we had another 20 seconds on combined total on the clock, we would be 4-1 right now. But I think that showed the boys a little something right there, and that's going to be a catalyst.
Showed us.
And that's going to put us going.
I'm going with Bolivar. I think this is a huge game this week. I think this could springboard us into a pretty good run. It's a tough game, but I think the homecoming and the crowd is going to really give us an edge, and I think we'll pull it out.
Should be a huge crowd to get the Hall of Fame announcing as well, besides homecoming.
So it's a beautiful night.
It'll just be a great night. Okay, all right, next one, Hillcrest at Log Rock, Clay.
Log Rock is going to be so mad. So bad. They got beat at home last week by Branson, and they're going to take it out. Or excuse me, yes, West Plains, and they're going to take it out on Hillcrest.
Mike?
Oh, I agree. I think this may get maybe a running clock in the second half.
I'm going to go with Log Rock as well. Suddy?
Never felt sorry for Hillcrest, but they better show up with their boots on. They better be ready.
So we had Parkview and Haytai, and we weren't going to tell you this, but Haytai has already forfeited. We were going to let you pick Haytai. So we're going to throw that game out. Parkview will not be traveling to Haytai. Haytai forfeited. And so Parkview wins 13-0 by way of a forfeit.
Okay.
So that one's out the door. This is a good one, though. CJ's going to step out of conference, one of their all-time rivals, at Seneca. Mike?
I'm going to go with Seneca.
Okay.
Seneca's 5-0?
I'm going to go with Seneca.
I think I'm going to go with CJ. I don't know why. Seneca's a darn good team. They're Class 2. I'm going with CJ.
I'm going to go with Seneca simply because it's at Seneca, and they have played good football down there for a long time.
No question about it, but I think CJ's going to get them.
See, I was trying to get a place where I could jump ahead there, Mike, and Clay's not helping me out. Well, we've been picking MU, but they are, we've got Marshfield at Branson. And since I'm the first pick, I'm going with the Pirates of Branson. I think, like you said, with Log Rock, I think they got a little egg on their face, and they're going to try and rack it up. What do you think, Sut?
They're mad.
Oh, I think
the Pirates are mad, and they will. They'll win.
Branson for me.
Mike?
Branson big, I think.
All right, MU with the bye week, so we won't pick the Tigers because they're not playing anybody unless you want to pick against them, Mike.
I don't know if I can go with Idle University.
You can't go with Idle?
No, I can't.
So that's going to be our last game. Will be SBU at Lincoln in Jefferson City. Suddy?
I don't know anything about Lincoln, but I've been to Lincoln and played a few times, and it's pretty tough up there. I'm going to go with SBU. They got really close this last week and played really well. Came down to one play that got them beat this last week, so I think they're playing pretty well.
That's in a little town. Lincoln University is in a little town that I've been through a time or two, and happen to know one or two people up there. And I made a couple phone calls, and they told me to go with SBU.
Now you're giving away your advice. So who you want, Mike?
I'm going SBU. The old Blue Tigers are struggling a little bit.
Well, we heard Coach Clardy said they have a really good offense. If we can just keep up matching them, and I'm going to pick my alma mater as well. I'm going to go with SBU. And so we'll see where it goes. Got to catch up to Seti, everybody. He's 22-8 on the season.
I'm rolling. All right, for the rest of the week, Matt, we've got tomorrow we've got the varsity girls golf at the Ozark Mountain Conference Tournament at Marshfield or Whispering
Oaks.
We've just called up Marshfield for so long. I don't,
Delaney.
Delaney tied the course record yesterday.
She did 64, I believe.
At Marshfield.
64, and it's not an easy course. I mean, it's not easy. So that's
she lipped out a 5-footer to break it.
That's what I heard.
So hopefully she gets it broken this time.
And we've got freshman JV and varsity volleyball away at Carl Junction at 4:30. That'll be tomorrow also. We've got softball at Logan Rogersville tomorrow. We've got boys soccer tomorrow, the Fast Edge Soccer Classic.
Right here in Bolivar.
4:30 and 6:30 tomorrow. Then on the 3rd, which that'll be Friday. Friday we have softball at the Springfield Invitational. We just talked about with Coach Wollard. We have varsity football, of course, and then we'll get through the rest of the week. We'll get through the rest of the week Friday night.
Well, come on down after the game, after homecoming. You're going to have the
after
buffet.
we get a win, have a buffet. I did want to say we will be selling slices during the parade.
Okay.
So walk down, have a slice before, and
come
go
by
up.
here.
Doesn't come down the street. I think it's just right up there at the corner.
It's close enough.
Yes, absolutely. So we will be selling slices while you guys are out there, and hopefully I can get out there and watch a little bit. But
And then $14, including your drink, no tax, after the game. If you want to come here and watch the game,
absolutely,
you can watch it on the big screen here. They'll be carrying as well. And anything else you guys want to add?
Big weekend.
Big weekend.
Well, I'm not going to be here, so you guys bring home a winner. I'll be listening from Texas. That's going to wrap it up for us here on the Coaches Show, live from Barge's Pizza on BowSportsZone.com and Your Country 99. I butchered it again, didn't I?
You did well.
Thanks for joining Coach's Corner here on Your Country 99 and in 4K on Mo Sports Zone.